What's up, Arizona? You're watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. I'm Lena Washington. We'll catch up with the rest of the 12 Sports crew in just a moment. But every week, come hang with us, talking all things Arizona sports, and we're going to tell you the important stories, the ones that matter, introducing you to people that inspire in our community. This is 12 Sports Tonight, Arizona's original and longest-running sports show, streaming on 12+. Every Wednesday during football season, we'll kick off the show announcing our winner of our Friday Night Fever Game of the Week poll. 3 great games to choose from, and this one came down to the wire. In the final minutes, the week 5 winner of this one winner is all we get, and it is Trivium Prep at Phoenix Christian. You guys are our Friday Night Fever Game of the Week, winning nearly 77% of the vote. Trivium Prep is one of the best stories in Arizona high school football this year, and Phoenix Christian is off to a perfect 5-0 start. So give it up for Trivium Prep and Phoenix Christian. Y'all are leading off our Friday Night Fever show this week.
Fever Sweet Plays is sponsored by Sweet James Accident Attorneys.
And we need your help voting for our Sweet Play of the Week nominees this week, coming from Pinnacle, Centennial, and Horizon. Go vote right now on 12news.com or scan the QR code on your screen for your favorite play. You can vote as many times as you want all week long. The winner is announced on Friday night on The Fever, and at the end of the year, every weekly winner will be up for our Sweet Play of the Year award and a $5,000 scholarship courtesy of Sweet James Accident Attorneys. And some exciting news for all of us here at 12 News. Select high school football games will be streaming live on Thursday nights throughout the season. This Thursday, we've got girls flag football. Hey ladies, Hamilton at Canyon View, bringing the energy. Pre-game show starts at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7. Tune in to 12+ every Thursday night for some high school football. Then join us on Friday nights for Friday Night Fever, Arizona's longest-running high school football show, 36 seasons in, bringing you highlights, scores, stories, and interviews from all over the state. Be a believer. Catch the Fever Friday nights at 11:35.
Lena Washington joins us now.
Yeah, it's here we go, basketball season, right? This is like the time of the year, seems like everything's going on. But, you know, the Suns kind of blew their team up right at the end of the season. But so did the Diamondbacks. Then they started playing better. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, and so did the Mercury, right? Now they're still in the playoffs. They're blowing things up. But yes, the Suns are getting ready for their season. Training camp begins tomorrow. We got our first look at the new team, and we heard from their first-year head coach, Jordan Ott, the team owner, Matt Ishbia, new general manager, Brian Gregory. A lot of unknowns, really, surrounding this team, and they're not really getting a whole lot of national attention or respect. But one thing we do know, of course, here in the Valley, is that this is Devin Booker's team. He's without question the leader in this locker room, entering year 11 here in the Valley, and all signs point to him wanting to play his entire career here, retire here in the purple and orange. He's the face of the franchise, signed that extension over the summer that keeps him here for another 5 years. But he said that without the likes of Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, he might feel more inclined to use his voice and leadership a little more this year, without any other alternative voices maybe to compete with in that locker room. But Jordan Ott will be the 8th coach that Devin Booker is playing under in 11 years.
Right?
That makes it tough, of
But
course.
it's time for him. Look, I mean, you look back at some of the great players like Michael Jordan. He owned the Bulls. Like those guys all looked up to him and took his lead. It's time for Book to be something like that.
Yes, and he's definitely embracing that, and he wants the Valley to know that he's focused on bringing winning basketball back to Phoenix. Take a listen.
From being at the bottom and, almost getting the job done, I have unfinished business here, and I know how much it would mean to this city and this organization. So I have to communicate to everybody, the importance of basketball in this town and, how serious we take it.
How lucky am I? The first-year head coach to have a superstar, a guy that's proven in the league, a guy that's done it at every single level, NBA, Olympics. That's a blessing.
He's the guy. It's his team. It's very clear. He wants to be here. We want him here. The fans love him. He's everything to the community out there. Like, how can we not have Devin Booker here? And so I'm very excited to have him and excited for the season to see him really play in an amazing way with new coaching staff and new team.
So yeah, as we were discussing, rare for a guy to commit to stay and play in one place, especially overcoming adversity, all the losing seasons that he started with here. The Suns open training camp tomorrow. Their first preseason game is next Friday against the Lakers in Palm Desert. Then they head to China for 2 preseason games against the Nets and the season opener here in downtown Phoenix on October 22nd against the Kings. So basketball season is here, and it's an exciting time to be a Valley sports fan. The Diamondbacks, the Mercury, the Cardinals, ASU. I mean, high school football.
Well, who else do the Suns have right now?
Well, they have Dylan Brooks, who's the villain of the NBA. You'll hear from him at 5. Okay. He's going to bring that defensive dog energy
so like
that's
a
been
forward,
missing.
A big forward, or what is he?
Yes, he's a guard, but he's like an all-team agitator. If he gets the toughest assignment every game, he's the guy that you don't want to be facing on the other team. But if he's on your team, you're happy about it. Absolutely.
On the team you hate him, your team you love him.
Yes, Jalen Green, another young talent, top-level scorer. He's working on becoming a 3-level scorer. He's young. He's got a little bit of swag about him. So that's kind of the new big 3 here in the Valley. And then the rookies. Kaman Malawach from Duke, another guy to look out for. He's been really impressive in the early going, in and out of the gym, even in the off-season. So, again, a lot of unknowns, but they're excited to have the expectations kind of off of them this year so they can play fast, play loose, and just see what they can do here in the Valley.
And I think that's very telling that, you know, we're not familiar with the big 3. I mean, obviously Booker is the only one that we really know, you know, but we bring up a good point is that the fact that he's not from here. He could have gone to so many other winning teams,
and had multiple championships.
And the fact that he has stayed here, why? Why do you think that's so?
Why?
Yeah. Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant was his idol, one guy in one jersey for his entire career. So I think he wants to kind of parallel and mirror that. This is home for Book at this point. He spends his off seasons going to Flagstaff, Sedona, instead of going to the beach in Miami or wherever else is kind of, you know, sexy for the guys in the off season. But Book is loyal to Phoenix, and he's ready to take it to the next level here.
And we do love that. Yeah. So we are lucky. All right, Lena, good stuff.
All right, Lena. What's going on in sports?
Hey, Troy. Yeah, the Suns are getting ready to open their season. We had media day today. We heard from the front office and the new head coach. And really, for the first time since 2021 in that improbable run to the finals, the Suns aren't considered to be a championship contender in the postseason or in the preseason, really. A fresh start for the franchise on deck with a new general manager, coach, and a new roster with more new players than returners, including one of the self-proclaimed villains in the NBA, I should say. That's Dylan Brooks. Brooks came over in that Kevin Durant trade with Houston over the summer. He'll be the first to tell you he's a pest on the basketball court. He's physical, aggressive, and irritating. He'll bring that dog mentality the Suns have been missing on the defensive end of the floor. Brooks doesn't shy away from playing the heel, but I wanted to know how he plans on adjusting to this locker room after years of being known as that jerk on the other team. Take a listen.
When you talk about the villain role, is it difficult to switch or flip that switch from being a competitor to a teammate, say, I'm not the enemy anymore when you walk into a locker room like this?
I think it's just my personality. I'm not always that. If I was always that, then I don't think anybody would like me. When I first get on a team, I just be myself, and I feel like people gravitate to that. And then they go back home or be like, oh, this guy's not that bad. When you meet me, you like me. When you don't meet me or you just play against me, you hate me. And that's the way I like it.
That's the way he likes it. The Suns open training camp tomorrow. Their first preseason game is next Friday against the Lakers. Then they head to China for 2 games against the Nets. The season opener is here on October 22nd against the Kings.
Sorry, it's the lasting image from the Cardinals' loss to the 49ers. Marvin Harrison Jr. dropping a pass right in the basket. Again, this is kind of an ongoing problem with MHJ, and he was emotional about it right after the game.
Just disappointed, really. I know what I put into the game, so it doesn't feel the best.
Fans are asking now, who's to blame, the player or the play caller? For the 3rd week in a row, the Cardinals offense failed to get to 300 yards. What's worse, there were plays to be made, but way too many drops, including a couple of bad ones from MHJ. Harrison Jr., as you saw, emotional after the game, but took accountability. Head coach Jonathan Gannon was asked about all the drops. He just didn't sound happy.
Were the drops just a matter of concentration or focus?
Yeah, I would talk to receivers on that. Why I say that is I don't know.
Touchdowns come in bunches. Can you say the same thing for drops?
I don't know that either. It's a fundamental. We got to make sure we catch the ball.
Is there a specific approach that you and the rest of the coaching staff feel like you need to take to build up the confidence of Marv, or is the best way to do that just keep throwing him the ball?
Yeah, I don't put a ton of weight on that because I know he's a guy who has confidence in his own ability. I certainly have a ton of confidence in him. He's really hard on himself when he feels like he didn't live up to his standard, but I think he's going to be a big part of this offense, and I have full confidence in his ability to do that.
There we go. Cardinals make it official. Running back James Conner done for the season. He's going to have foot surgery. He was carted off the field with tears in his eyes. Yesterday, Conner is coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Look for second-year pro Trey Benson to play a bigger role. We bring in our quarterback now, Brett Hundley, former Cardinals quarterback, former Chandler quarterback. Brett, first of all, good to see you, man. Welcome back in the locker room.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me back again. I had to change it up with the red.
Oh, yeah,
I see that.
In that shame, man.
The producers have joked saying that we're going to prom.
That's
I'll get a corsage after the show.
We'll make it happen. Brett, your reaction to the game. Listen, you and I were talking about this before we came on air. Like, it's tough to see James go down like that.
Yeah.
And it's a tough loss, too, as well.
Yeah, this one hurt to watch, and really on the James injury. But I think the big thing, watching this game, taking it in, the offense was really slow. And this was a defensive game on both sides of the ball. And I watched Kyler coming in. You got Robert Salah as the defensive coordinator. Quarters coverage, he's a bend, don't break defense. So they're not going to give you those deep balls. So you have to take them when they're there. And I think Kyler did a great job this game. I think he took what was there. This isn't a game where you're coming in thinking, I'm going to throw 500 yards. Sure. If you get it, great. But this one, he took what was there. I think the biggest thing with this takeaway was the drops.
Yeah.
Dude, that one hurt. That hurt me.
That
hurt me deep. Yeah. And that stalls offense.
The 49ers talked about it this week. They were going to scheme to take away Kyler.
Yep.
And I thought he did a great job hanging in the pocket, delivering some throws. And those drops just kill drives.
Yeah, let down by the wide receivers. And I think the one that, sticks in everyone's mind is the Marvin Harrison Jr. drop. We're taking a look at it right here. What'd you see in this, Brett? Trying to catch it with his body and not his hands?
Man, this hurts because the first half went by and I'm like, man, there wasn't a deep throw. Yeah. And then we get to the third quarter here, and this is what sort of sparks an offense. You have to have plays like this, and just like we were talking versus Robert Salah.
It's a perfect call, right? And he's
perfect.
open.
Yeah, and then when you have these plays to be made, this is the NFL. You got to make these plays. I mean, this is butt naked with a cowboy hat on, sitting there in the middle of the field. Like you can't miss that right there.
Not at all. Not at all. There was more to as well, Brett, because later in this drive, the Cardinals did have chances here. 3rd and 5. I mean, Amari Mercado, it looks like he walks in if he catches that one, right?
Yeah, and this one specifically really, really hurt because this is a 14-play drive that they were going on.
Yeah.
The offense was having a momentum, and after this play, they had to settle for a game-tying field goal instead of now going up. So plays like this, just as we saw the Marvin Harrison, the last one, to give a spark. This one, you miss this. I mean, you're walking into the end zone right here.
We showed the next play in the highlight, but the Cardinals were driving late in the game. They have an opportunity here to convert another 3rd down, and Zay Jones, it's a contested catch, but it hits him right in the hands, and ultimately the Cardinals aren't able to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, contested. This is the NFL. Every pass is going to be contested. Every single pass.
He comes down with it.
100%. And this is the end of the game right here. And they ended up losing on this, but this seals the deal. You catch this, you kneel, you go home 3-0. These are the plays that are really going to make the difference for the Cardinals going on and to finish off the season. Yeah. You have to make these plays.
And it was coming off, of course, that safety that they get to put them up. And then we've talked about this for a few weeks now, 3rd week in a row, where the offense is in position to finish games, and they're not. How painful is that, Brett? As an offense, you have chances to put these teams away, just not doing it.
Yeah, but that's why I say I think Kyler has been doing a great job. Yeah. Sometimes all the time, especially this is 11 people on the field. You can't do it all as a quarterback. He's putting his guys in position to get them the ball, to let them make the play and seal the deal.
Yeah.
This is where his team really the offense has to start stepping up and finish these games to help them out.
Real quick, I just want to follow up on that. You don't have a problem with anything Drew Petzing's calling offensive coordinator or anything like that?
Yeah.
Fans that's where they're reacting tonight.
I personally, after watching this game, that first half, I didn't see a pass farther than 20 yards. Yeah. There wasn't a pass caught past 20 yards until the 4th quarter of this game. That first half, I was like, this is a real conservative play calling with the runs. this is a quarters defense too, and this is something we didn't touch on, is in this quarter defense, you have to get those safeties to bite up on the run. I mean, they're run stoppers there. We had 73 yards of rushing. So if we don't get that, you can't set up the play action.
Sure.
So that's what I'm saying. You have to get some. You either have to start off running the ball, which we didn't do, or you have to, start off throwing and then have some draws in there. And I feel like you have to find a rhythm as an offense. So to each his own. I think he did fine, but at the end of the day, like we got to pick our poison.
On the flip side of things, yes, it was a backup quarterback. Yes, the Niners are missing some skill players, but the defense did enough to win the game today.
Man, that was awesome to see. I mean, if we keep that, we'll figure out the offensive side of the things. If we keep that defense how they were playing today, I mean, we'll be good for the rest of this year.
And down their top 3 corners too as well. You're wondering how guys would hold their own. Ricky Pearsall had a great day, but he's a good receiver and a tough cover. I mean, to hold that offense to what it was, I mean, in check with chances to win, that's all you could ask for. Brett, it's now a short week. You've done it many times in your career. How do you flip the page? I mean, this is a tough loss, but now you have to go play in 4 days, and you got to be ready to roll against a Seahawks team that we're going to show you here in a bit. Just blew the doors off.
Man,
they look good.
they sure did. But these short weeks, I mean, after a game like this, win or lose, just like any week, though, I mean, there is no 24 hours to say this. You're on the plane game plan and going back.
You even watch the tape of this?
At this point, you might glance at it, but we play on Thursday. So now, we wake up tomorrow, Monday. We'll have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are usually your walkthroughs and stuff. So you have your game plan right now on the plane ride back, wherever you're doing. You have to scratch this, get on to the next week.
No time to think.
And the treatment starts bright and early tomorrow if you're feeling banged up.
Brett Hundley, former Cardinals quarterback here in studio. Brett, stick around. We're going to go through your play of the game here in just a moment. Brett back with his streams play of the game. Brett, this is a play that you like. And Trey McBride made a bunch of plays today.
He did.
It seems like anytime when Kyler needs something, he knows to go to 85, right?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Now we get to talk about some of the good stuff Arizona did today. And I wanted to start a freeze frame here because it all starts with the protection. So you got a double-A look mug here. And then what they do great is it's going to be an empty protection. So they're going to slide right. My man Beacham is going to move down to the right. And then this end, which is great, is going to have to pick up the running back. But look, the guy who has been very consistent week in, week out, my man McBride. And Kyler does a great job taking the snap, moving to his left, and then at the end of the day, look, you have one-on-one. If we go to the next freeze frame, you have one-on-one across the board. It's 3rd and 4. Sometimes you just have to make a play, and this is what I liked about this play. So, go on and run it right now.
And this is what Trey does, right?
This is it. And sometimes this is all offense comes down to at the end of the day on these kind of situations. And that's, unfortunately we didn't make enough of them this game, but this play I love seeing because at the end of it, it's a one-on-one matchup.
And this is all timing. He's throwing to a spot. And Trey knows, like, hey, if I get this ball, it's going to be right here. And Kyler's throwing it, he's got to go get it.
Yep, and this is stuff you do, one-on-ones in practice. They know as soon as he makes his drop, hitches once, the ball is out, and it was probably out before he made his break off to the sidelines. And these are the type of plays you come down with it. I love this play of the game. It gave him a spark, and this is what you have to do. But you have to make these plays consistently throughout the game, and I think they did a great job here.
And I love Trey McBride there. Got his head around really quick.
Yes.
He knows that he's one of those options there. That's why you see him pop that head around. Really
yes, and as a receiver in these type of plays too, if it's man-man coverage, I'm getting the ball. So he knew it was coming to him.
Brett Hundley, he knows it all. Former Chandler quarterback, former Cardinals quarterback here in studio. Brett, appreciate the time.
Thank you, man.
All right, Cam is joining us now for the top sports story of the day. Hey, Cam.
What do you got for us, Cam?
Right behind you. Look at that thing. Look at
I remember them.
Do you remember that logo?
They went away.
I like it.
First of all, it's good to see the logo. Second of all, guys, listen, it's been a while. I mean, it seems a little while since we've had pro hockey here in the desert. It's only been a little over a year. Felt a lot longer than that. But there is now real first steps, real movement to possibly getting a pro hockey team back here in the desert. That's where we're at today. The hockey family in Arizona leading the charge to bring the NHL back to the Valley. Andrea Doan, the wife of Coyotes legend Shane Doan, is going to lead a committee aimed at bringing a pro hockey team back to Arizona. Of course, we all remember the Coyotes moved to Utah in April 2024. All the real questions still remain. They still need to find a real billionaire owner. They still need to probably build a new arena. But this is a real effort. Remember back in January, Maricopa County Board Chairman Tom Galvin got the ball rolling on bringing back the Yotes to the desert. And now he's got a well-known hockey mom and wife leading the charge, the duo, joining myself and 12 News' Bram Resnick for an exclusive interview today.
I think that there needs to be the vision and the belief in what it takes to first and foremost not only bring the team back, but to create a winning franchise. When there's a commitment to win, and not just to win, but do whatever it takes to bring the Stanley Cup here, that's what I want to see happen. That's what my goal is. Once this team is here and it's like, we're here to stay, this is a commitment, we're going to get that back. I know people love hockey here and are huge Coyotes fans. The alumni here also is unbelievable. There's so many players that come back here. They all want to be involved. Like, they all want to get the team back. Keith Yandel's texting us this morning, like, I can't wait, come on Spit and Chicklets, this is so awesome. Like, yeah, everybody loves the Coyotes.
Reality check. Have you talked to Gary Bettman lately, briefed him on this, what's happening now?
Our office provided him an update, obviously, about the major news today. We think we're going to make a really good impression, but I think Gary Bettman has already been impressed by the way we've been handling things over the past year. And I know that you know Commissioner Bettman, so he's already well aware of her passion and her expertise and her intellect. And so I think once he sees that she's involved with us, that this is going to make a really good impression, not just with the NHL headquarters, but with all the other owners in the NHL.
Andrew, do you send him an email? Gary, commit the...
No, I thought about it, and I thought, oh, I'll just wait. We'll probably talk.
What do you want to say to him, though? What do you want to...
I want to say, let's get this done. What do we need to do? We're all in.
I think hockey fans here in Arizona deserve this. I think hockey fans in Arizona are going to be very excited by this, but also it shows that this is a real serious effort. And frankly, a lot of the efforts over the last few years with different ownership groups, I didn't think was serious. I didn't think had a plan. I didn't think had an end game. We're not going to go down that trap because frankly, I don't want to let down Andrea and Shane and their family.
Tom, is this a push to bring the Coyotes back or just pro hockey back to the desert, or is it the same?
I want to let Andrea answer that question because I think she has a great perspective on it.
Well, yeah, for me, it's the Coyotes back. I don't want to see whatever, the Arizona Scorpions.
Roadrunners? No?
Well, there is a Roadrunners. They're in Tucson.
Just to be, you want the name to stay?
Yes, that is what's coming back.
If the Dones say
Yeah.
it is going to happen.
I love her passion.
And Kriebe, that's the main thing I took away is her spirit, her energy for this. Bram Resnick is going to have more on this coming up at 5 and 6 o'clock. And Bram and I put together a 30-minute show tonight on 12 Plus at 7:30. You can see the full interview, the full conversation. I encourage all hockey fans and Coyotes fans to listen to it because that's what you're going to hear, Kriebe.
Yeah.
Her passion and desire, and she's been in this her whole life. You know, Shane, obviously, we know, played his entire career.
Is he involved in this in any way?
He is not involved. Remember, he's got a job for the Toronto Maple Leafs right now, so he can't be involved. His wife is going to lead this charge. Maybe one day, who knows how that all works out in Toronto. So that's why she's leading the charge. And, of course, their son, who was a captain at ASU, was drafted by the Coyotes, went to Utah with them, got traded to Buffalo. He's still playing in the NHL. So she's been in hockey her whole life. You could hear and see what that team, what that organization, what this fan base means to her family. We all know what fans think of Shane Doan and his family.
Yeah, it's
I just
very
think it's the perfect leader to get hockey back. It's just a first step.
They still need, like you said, you need
a lot of money. Yeah, you need that.
You need the billionaire who's going to come in and write the checks.
The
and you need hockey to expand? Is it an expansion team?
Expansion. Yeah, expansion team.
Those are two.
Yeah, you need that,
roles,
and you're going to need a new arena probably too as well.
And that's three.
But the Dones leading that, to me, is a serious, serious effort to bring it back. We've seen a lot of unserious people own this team. Fake owners, I should say, wannabe owners who've taken this team in all kinds of directions. Finally, you have the hockey family in Arizona leading the charge. It's pretty cool.
All right, exciting stuff. All right, Cam, thank you.
Thank you, Cam. All right.
That'll do it for us here tonight. Thank you so much for watching 12 Sports tonight on 12 Plus. Join us, same time, same place next week. I'm Lena Washington. We'll see you back here on Sunday night at 10:30 for 12 Sports tonight. Have a great weekend.